Hi Aries, I hope that you're all doing well. This reading is going to cover your next 3 days. We are starting off with Justice and King of Wands. So there's going to be a focus on you taking action in a way that the end result is to allow things to come into balance. So whatever it is that you're doing, it's doing things in a way where rather than creating chaos, you are creating harmony. That is the intention behind what you're doing. So if there's anything specifically that you need to be doing here in order to make that happen, this can even just be you deciding to yourself that when you do things, you are going to really check in and make sure that, like, mentally and emotionally you're on the same page, and that's sort of moving well in congruence with what you feel like is fit for you, maybe what you feel like is best for you as well, whether this be just choices that you're making within your personal life or within your relationships or like out there in the world. There is a focus on balance here and you taking action in ways that create more of a sense of balance. So that means too that if anything is imbalanced, there is going to be a correction taking place. Like modifying. Maybe you even feel like you learned your lesson with something here about needing to get a handle on things. Because when we have King of Wands, this energy is a very, very powerful energy within us. It can be kind of impulsive sometimes. It's extremely passionate, it's extremely driven, it's extremely sort of centered around desire or what you feel like is sort of like feeding into something for you. So having that energy of justice there is going to make sure that you're not just creating a bunch of chaos and then like, look what I've done. Because this shows too, like, you don't have a problem with taking action. You know how to take action. You know when to do that. It's not so much an issue for you. You have no issue initiating. When we have justice there, it can be making sure that we are keeping things aligned and that you're not initiating without thinking about things and then having like unwanted results be coming about. And having the world there, I feel like maybe something has gone on where you're like, no, it's actually really important to me that I like check myself here and that I'm watching over what it is that I'm doing and I'm making sure that I'm balanced when I'm doing things here. So for some of you, this was something recently that happened within your personal life. Just something that could have come to light where you're like, I need to just make sure to keep this in check. Because you don't really want to be squaring off with yourself unnecessarily. There can also be a bit of a review that you're doing of past events and learning from that, and maybe even just recognizing how things are better when you're in that place of balance and moving from there. Is that a tower? It didn't come out, but there was a tower that I saw peeking out a little bit, so something definitely... All right. There's a conflict of some sort, an issue of some sort. I'm seeing Libra here. I'm also seeing the moon, and I'm seeing Saturn. If moon is just the raw essence of our energy, and Saturn is us maturing, there can be something here that's going on where you're understanding that if stuff is happening and there's an energy that is not really being deeply reflected upon and it's coming through being channeled more impulsively, this can be something that you feel like is creating a lot of, it can be friction, tension, energy. It's just, and it's not anything like inherently wrong or anything inherently bad. I mean, what even is that? This is all like very subjective stuff. When we have Five of Wands and we have High Priestess, this is about needing to understand if something is complicated, how to unpack that totally and fully, and recognizing that you are in touch with the divine wisdom that can do exactly that. Like, you have access to that accessory, you have access to that resource, and that it exists within you, but you have to be of of a balanced state of mind in order to do this. And it's more than just your state of mind, but that's what I'm calling it. It's like you have to be centered within yourself in order to tap into the resource that can help you look at situations that are going on where you have to do something about that and understand how best and most like fluidly be able to take action in a way where it's accomplishing what you want it to accomplish, and it's the best way to move forward. So there's a sense of wisdom that is integrated into the moves that you're making when you're in situations that aren't the easiest to be figuring out. Okay, this is relationship stuff that's coming up. I'm seeing the Lovers. So we have Libra and we have Gemini. There can be an initial desire to handle something kind of under the table and maybe possibly alone until you know what to do about it. You can also just feel kind of conflicted emotionally as it relates to this dynamic that you have. But with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like there's enjoyment here, and I feel like this is making sure you get the best of everything out of this situation that you're in, and knowing that there are better ways to do that and maybe worse ways to do that, and figuring out what the best ways to do this are. Because inherently you're going to want to feel a sense of balance, and you're going to want to feel a sense of teamwork, collaboration, cooperation, communication, just working well together. And there's something going on here. I wonder if you have something going on with Moon or Saturn in your synastry with this person, where there's like, it feels like a hard aspect that you have with this person where something is currently being worked out. Saturn can have to do with our commitments and our responsibilities and us growing up, and it can also be the ways that it's the stuff that we have to address, the stuff that we have to face in order to get to the more enjoyable parts. So it can be stuff like discipline that's connected with it, hard work, needing to do the things that maybe feel difficult but for the best results. And then when we have the High Priestess, this is just the raw essence of your energy and how you really feel. And so this is something that we don't really have any influence over it. It is what it is, because that's just how we feel. That's just like what's going on. That's just our perception of things. That's our experience of things. So there's something going on here where like Saturn is like deliberate, and the Moon energy is just, that is what it is. It's like the way that the Moon energy works is you experience it, but you don't control the experience. But with Saturn, that's where we do control things, and that's when we do decide things. So you can be saying, I have to be totally upfront with what it is that I'm feeling here, and then choose deliberately my next steps that I'm going to be taking within this. Because I'm seeing something being accomplished with you and this person, and I'm also seeing a new chapter that's opening with you and this person too, and it feels like a significant one. But there's something about making sure that everybody's on the same page here to make sure that we can get through this part. What is this about? I want to know what the tension is about. Because it feels like you and this person, you're in the middle of working this out, but things don't feel settled. Maybe you're even trying to understand about that. I'm seeing Five of Cups wanting to come out. So there can be something about unmet needs, unmet expectations, sadness. But with Temperance there, I feel like this is just in the process of happening. Like you guys are actively working together. I'm seeing Ace of Cups. I get the feeling that if you keep working with this person in like having goodwill here, you know, like in good faith, working with this person, that you're going to go towards the Ace of Cups with them. And the Ace of Cups is going to be like when stuff is resolved and you can have that new chapter where all of the stuff that needed to be figured out as it relates to this, you guys are like in that same place again, and then you can start the new chapter together, and that tension isn't going to be there. But you have to work through the tension for it not to be there anymore. It doesn't just go away. And I think Justice, when it's in its high vibrational energy, is one that knows that. Like, it may feel unpleasant because you have to confront things, but when you get down to it and you address it, then you resolve things from the inside out, and then things are good. So I'm seeing that be a very big focus. It looks like there's just a lot of emotional stuff all around that's happening, and figuring out how to maneuver through that within your relationship. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.